Hi, everyone. It's Saturday, April 25th, 2020, and I'm Pastor Steve back again with another daily devotion. Today, our scripture reading is from the prophet Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 25, and I'm going to read beginning at verse 6. Listen to these beautiful words from the prophet. On this mountain, the Lord of hosts will make for all people a rich feast of rich food, a feast of well-aged wines, of rich food filled with marrow, of well-aged wines strained clear. And he will destroy on this mountain the shroud that is cast over all the peoples, the sheet that is spread over all nations. Then the Lord will wipe away the tears from all faces, and the disgrace of his people he will take away from all the earth. For the Lord has spoken. It will be said on this day, Lo, this is our God. We have waited for him so that he might save us. This is the Lord for whom we have waited. Let us be glad and rejoice in his salvation. These are beautiful and amazing words that the prophet speaks and are recorded here in the 25th chapter of Isaiah, predicting a day, a time, foretelling of the end that God has in mind. And that will be for all people. The shroud will be removed from everyone. The sheet will be taken away from all nations, and death will be abolished. Notice that the promise here is not just to the people of Israel, not just to the Christian community. The promise here is for all people that God will wipe away the tears from every eye. And on that day, we will say, yes, this is the Lord that we've been waiting for. A long time ago, in the 14th century, Dame Julian of Norwich, a Christian mystic, wrote these words, and all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. The 20th century poet T.S. Eliot chose those words to include in one of his most powerful poems, looking towards that time when everything shall be made well. The shroud and the sheet, of course, those are references to the burial clothes, the wrappings that people were bound up in when they were buried. All of those burial clothes, those sheets, those shrouds will be removed because for all people, death will be abolished and every tear will be wiped away. Imagine a prophet seeing this day, a day that was partially fulfilled in his own time when the people of Israel were restored from their captivity, but a day that was consummately fulfilled in the resurrection of Christ, when a new beginning was made for all people and all nations. And the promise of the abolition of death, the promise that all shall be well, and all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. That promise was made and guaranteed to us by the gift of God's own life, the gift of God's own Spirit who lives with us and dwells in us. And finally, in the end of the age, the promise will once again be finally fulfilled when God brings about the restoration of all things, and everyone is made alive, and everyone is made well, and the whole creation is renewed according to God's promise. And we will say on that day, yes, this is the Lord that we've been waiting for. This is the God that we've been attending to and waiting to be revealed. We are in the midst of a very difficult time right now with the pandemic that all of us are witnessing and many of us are experiencing firsthand. It is hard to know that in the end, not just of this pandemic, but in the end of all things, that God will set everything right. That's a promise that we can cling to, a promise that we hold fast, because not only did the prophet foretell this, but Christ guaranteed it, and so it shall be. Friends, I'm glad that we could spend a little time together around this beautiful prophecy from Isaiah 25. And I hope that you'll join me again on Monday when we return with another daily devotion. Tomorrow, on Sunday, you can join me in this space for a virtual service of worship. We'll be sharing not only scripture and liturgy, but prayer as well, and God's benediction on us all. Until then, may God be with you and bless you and keep you.